Hello, it's me, Burpingish, and today I'm going to show off my heavy Gale build. I wanted to try out heavy weapons for a bit, and since I have the most experience with Gale Breath, I chose that. Before we start, if you're making this build and you like the build, it would be greatly appreciated if you were to come back and subscribe. I'm coming up on 1.5k, which is pretty cool. For this build, I am a Knorr with my usual outfit, identical to my Curve Blade. And no, the Curve Blade didn't wipe. The big difference you can probably see is instead of a little curve blade, I have a massive anchor, which earned this build's name of the Sea's Wind. At power 60, I have 30 strength for Gale Coil and Bulldozer, 50 fortitude for Reinforced to finish an exoskeleton. 25 agility is always nice to have for speed talents like Speed Demon, Evasive Expert, and the ability to climb over a parking stop. 0 in intelligence and willpower because those stats honestly got like gutted. 25 in charisma as heavy weapons deal very high damage. A 10% increase. Tough Love is at least going to give it an extra 6 or 7 damage per M1. 80 in Gale Breath for obvious reasons. I have a 97 in heavy weapon as I needed to budget in for 20 light weapon. Which the purpose is to use the flintlock, but honestly I prefer the parrying dagger. Or just not having a sidearm in general, because I prefer holding right click and then M1ing to auto feint it myself, but it's always nice to have options. The idea I had in mind for this build is just pulling off the dumbest ragdoll wall combos possible, so the monsters I chose were Gale Lunge, which is basically a staple in all Gale builds. Well, I mean not even in all Gale builds to be honest, it's a staple in all builds. It's also the move I mainly inhale for the buff, and also mantra feinting is just really effective for mix-ups and all that. Astral Wind is obviously for the damage, however I did find that it was much harder to land with heavy weapons. Pressure Blast as a combo starter or extender because it ragdolls, which if your opponent doesn't know how to right click to get off the ragdoll, it can lead to some really nasty combos. Air Force is always nice to have a throw out for free damage move if your opponent can't parry. They're always guaranteed to get hit if they can't parry, like most things in this game. Wind Gun Suffocates does decent damage and ragdolls for a follow-up move. It's really solid, but honestly it's really easy to miss it completely. Rising Wind, I honestly just picked it up for the style points at the end of a combo. Important talents for this build are Gale Coil, Silencer's Blade, World Without Song, Bulldozer, and Concussion. To the finish, Exoskeleton, the entirety of the Inhale talent tree, Charismatic Cast talent tree, Swift Rebound, Evasive Expert, Speed Demon, and the heavy talents that make heavy tolerable. Here are some 1v1s I had with the build, but keep in mind, I'm pretty new to heavy. This was like a day after I finished the build. Alright, that's gonna be the end of the build video. If you ever do end up making this build, tell me if it's good or not, because honestly, I'm not a heavy player, so I wouldn't really know. Oh yeah, and also subscribe if you liked the video.